Taking into account what's happening at the moment with the truckers, I'm choosing not to get political in this video, but rather personal. Because little did you know, due to the fact that I give very little away about my personal life, I used to be a truck driver, and being at the hierarchy of masculine machismos, I want to dedicate this video to the truckers of Australia and around the world. And what better movie to dedicate a video about to the peak of all job preferences than talk about the scientifically, undisputably, provably, factually toughest movie of all time, Mad Max Fury Road. Firstly, George Miller made the logical decision to let go of the legendary Mel Gibson and bring in Tom Hardy, but not due to any prior controversies that have been caused by all sorts of problems with the aforementioned Mel Gibson. But rather realizing that if you want to make a character still a badass and relevant, then it's better to recast him than bringing back the aging, bloated shadow of a character played by the same actor. Sorry Harrison, you are handsome as fuck and charismatic enough to charm the pants off anyone, not just Ally McBeal. Sure, women say that you get better looking as you grow older, but mate, you're not getting older. You're fucking old! Only months away from being 80 years old, and the big screen doesn't want to see your old balls getting with the girl whilst going on an adventure with a leather whip anymore. But with Mad Max, they brought in the great Tom Hardy. But I think they got the name wrong in this film. I think the film should have really been called Furiosa, due to the fact that Charlize Theron was really at the front and center of this one, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Hardy had any more than 100 spoken words in the entire film. And considering the size of his lats and the sheer amount of grunting he does in this film, it seems like he was doing a screen test for the new King Kong. But let me add, he would fucking own it playing that giant gorilla. The film has the simplest concept in the world. You're at a place, you're going to a place, you're taking a detour, and wind up back at the same place you began. I heard a rumor that, whether it's true or not, I'm not entirely sure, but the film never actually had an entire script written for it. It was just a story, and it was made, and essentially, they winged it from there. It's just further evidence that sometimes less is more, and considering they got nominated for 6 Oscars, maybe some fucking director should be taking some notes. The story goes, Furiosa is protecting the golden eggs in the post-apocalyptic landscape from the love child of both Bane and the clown from American Horror Story. On her routine trip to Gastown, she's hidden the multiple Anne Franks, attempting to take them back to the Oasis from whence she came, detouring through a hellish landscape that slightly resembles Johannesburg. Fuck. Only a trucker could really understand the desperate need for rids at this point. Her jockey is curious and he goes along with it. I understand the curiosity, mate. It is completely pointless to dive any further into the story, as the movie is just a 2-hour-long chase scene and it will make your balls drop, hair burst from your chest. It makes you immune to the effects of alcohol and resilient to any form of abuse, offense, or beatings. Thus, the trucker, Furiosa, takes on an entire fucking army of steampunk Silent Hill characters. To make this video a little bit shorter, to have my 2 a week and stay in the algorithm, and hold your attention, 99% of you would have seen this movie, so instead of telling you to rewatch it, I'm going to tell you to go for a long drive and chuck on Junkie XL's soundtrack for this movie. You will feel like you're being chased and escaping them. You will feel like you are driving with purpose. You will feel like you are the most fucking badass driver on the planet. But lastly, if you've got a mate who's a trucker, thank them. Because shops may be the backbone of this economy, but truckers are the blood supply. Without them, kiss your coffees, scones, Red Bulls, meat, vegetable, fruit, clothes, cars, building materials, and all around supplies for basic survival goodbye. So thank you Furiosa, and thank you truckers.